area again. Oh, what a goal!
Hello and welcome to Eurofoot analysis and updates. As you know, I am Shema Adele. This time I am going to talk with an Arsenal fan from Nigeria. He's called Damian. I'd like to first welcome you, Damian. How are you doing there in Nigeria?
Very well, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Shima, for having me on your platform. Nigeria is doing great, and I hope Rwanda too.
Yeah, here in Rwanda we are doing well too. Damian, let's start. I'd like to first ask you about Arsenal. How are you seeing Arsenal this summer? How are you going to talk about the transfers? Right now, they have announced the extension of contracts from Emil Smith-Rowe. They have finished the transfer for Nuno Tavares and Sambilo Konga. But apart from those finished signings, there are other rumors talking about Ben White, James Maddison, Tammy Abraham as a striker. What are you going to talk about these Arsenal signings? How are you going to define it in terms of this coming season? Is Arsenal going to have the Europa League spot or Big Four or UEFA Champions League spot? How are you going to talk about this Arsenal transfer news?
Well, first of all, I would like to commend the Arsenal management and the hierarchy, most especially Mikel Arteta, for the great job they have put in place towards this summer window. I first of all, I am excited with so far. I am excited based on the business we have done so far, but it has not climaxed yet because we have not gotten our priority signings, which is we are looking for a proper 8, or let me say proper 10. So irrespective of the contract Smith-Rowe signed yesterday, we were made to understand that he is a proper standing 10. And then the rumors that we've heard in a couple of hours ago that Maddison will be taking over the 8 role, that is his preferred position. Well, whether 10 or 8, we need to get Maddison in. If you are not getting Maddison in, Maddison is our priority target. Odegaard was, but it seems that Odegaard is beyond our reach. So Maddison is our priority signing. So we must get Maddison at all costs. And that, as soon as we are able to do that, then we will get a holding midfielder in person of either Ruben Neves of Wolverhampton, or Bissouma is another option, or Locatelli. As soon as we are able to get this pivotal signings, and then then I will be so excited, and then the belief will be so high. With no disrespect to Lokonga that we just signed, Tavares that we just signed, and then our bond Ben White that is incoming, imminent. So with all of this, is so far so good. It's a good business. We are trying to build a young squad that will stand the test of time. Arteta is a young manager that it seems as though he does not have the experience but he has a loaded. He has a whole lot of ideas of what he wants to achieve at the Emirates. You see, his project has started in earnest, and I like the fact that the management has come behind him to support him with everything that they've got. So I am like excited that we are for in a long while we are beginning to do what is right. We are beginning to correct our mistakes in the past. We are giving priority now to our academic team. You know, we are it has, I think, you can attest, you can agree with me that that Balogun just came from the ranks of the feeder team. Ato Konko has the same thing. Smith Rowe, you see, Midley Nice, you see the likes of Bukayo Saka, you see the likes of this, and then there are a whole lot of players, you know. So you can see a statement of intent. You know what Ateta is trying to do right now is creating an atmosphere within the camp of the club between the senior team and the academy team. You know, creating a synergy between the two. You know, giving them that belief that, oh, now I can play for this badge. I can probably represent Arsenal. You know, so now there is some sort of high competition within the ranks of the feeder team. These players now will be fighting tooth and nail to ensure that they do so well to be picked, to be promoted to the senior team. So now the players in the senior team, having seen what Saka has done, Smith Rowe has done, Balogun and then the Ato, you know, we follow. We have to sit up, fasten their seatbelt, sit up and improve their game. If not, these young lads will come over and, you know, and push them aside. So far so good. I am impressed, but I will be more happier if we can get James Maddison, either of James Maddison or Awa, but I would prefer James Maddison and Gabriel and then Ruben Neves instead of Locatelli, and then a right back in Max Aarons that we've been linked to. And then the case of Tammy Abraham is a very good prospect to be linked to it. Personally, I would want Tammy Abraham to be at Arsenal next season because I see him as a future Emmanuel Adebayor. You know, I feel that Arteta knows how to a large extent, Arteta knows how to manage these players. You know, Lacazette has worn out. Lacazette is inconsistent, is sluggish, is not up to the level we want him to be. So, and then considering his contractual issues, it's better we make some millions on him now than, you know, now is better now than never. So it's better he goes, Tammy coming, but I want to believe that we will renegotiate the fee for him. 40 million is way bigger than Tammy at the moment, because at the moment he's in no way at the moment in terms of fitness level, in terms of form, is nowhere close. So the fee is too high for him. So I would suggest a fee. They will renegotiate the fee, and then he brought it to a minimum that we can say, okay, yes, it's fair, you know. But Tammy will be a very good addition and then a very good competition to Aubameyang and Balogun, you know. And then we have I was trying to talk about the young lads, you know, in terms of their age. You see Gabriel 23, you see Ben White is 23. You see Saka is 19. You see Smith Rowe is 20. You see Martinelli, I think, is 20, and you see a whole lot of these young stars. You know, you see the desire. You know, you see the level of enthusiasm. You see the in them what they you know, their eagerness of coming on the pitch to deliver, to fight for the work for the badge. And you can even see the atmosphere in the camp, in the Arsenal camp. You have the players are speaking highly of their manager in Mikel Arteta, and how what is capable of doing, and as well other managers. You know, all I can now say is, I know as we are heading in the right direction. We are surely heading in the right direction. I am impressed so far with the transfer dealings, and I will more be happier if our targets are secured, and I know, of course, we should be able to get them before August 31st. If about the we securing an European competition, it depends. All depends on we getting our priority signings. As soon as, it's not as if we don't have a strong a squad that we challenge for that. We do have, but at the moment you cannot push them to beyond their limits, because so from what I understand, the squad we have at the moment is 90% average, and there's a limit to what they can do. So we can see what the manager was able to do, Arteta was able to do with them last season. So we need a bit of fresh legs, experience. You know, you can, if you remember, Arteta said a few days ago, he said that he's looking for a proper mix experience to mix with these young lads. You know, a proper mix, which tells you that he's looking for a proper mix that will give him that flair of the kind of football he wants to pursue at the Emirates. And then if all things goes the way we want, and then I see us finishing the top four, probably. If not, at the moment I cannot guarantee that we'll maybe compete for the Premier League, but we'll become a threat if we get these guys in. Already last season we posed a threat, but if we get these guys in, we'll become stronger, and we'll be a serious contenders of the title. So until these deals are done, that you know, I can categorically tell you that yes, now we are in for business. We might not. I am not expecting an instant progress, but at least there should be some sort of progress towards achieving an European football, competition. You know, so those signings are key. They will determine where we are going to finish by the end of the season, whether we'll be in the Champions League or we'll be in Europe.
Yeah, thank you, Damian. I'd like to start where you ended. If I'm getting you very well, you are trying to talk that the Arsenal's project is long-term one. We can't expect more or the best results this coming season, but maybe the next two or the next one we can now expect Arsenal to be a contender for the trophy. Damian, I'd like to ask you, as we saw the last season, Arteta, one of the challenges he faced, these old players, these players who are not who are more experienced, like Willian, Aubameyang, and Lacazette, and others that are older than these young stars. They challenged him in man management. As we saw, Aubameyang is on the bench, Willian is on the bench, and Willian is not happy. And we know Arteta is not the experienced one. how are you going to talk about the Arsenal's technical staff? Is Arsenal's technical staff able to learn this Arsenal, which is full of young stars? Is Arteta the best coach for Arsenal's project? As we can see, as we can read from the lines, Arsenal are trying to build the long-term project from these young stars, Bukayo Saka, as you said, Emil Smith-Rowe, Joe Willock, and others you mentioned above. Is Arteta the best man in to learn this team, or we can look for a new coach? What are you going to talk about this Arsenal's technical staff? And the other question I'd like to ask you, as you said, we need other holding midfielders, but Arsenal, to secure all of these signings, also Arsenal need to let some players go. What are your first nominees to first leave Arsenal? As we saw, Grant Xhaka is about to leave, Hector Bellerin is about to leave, but in the defenders, who are on your side? Who are you seeing is not able to be in Arsenal's squad so far? And I'd like to ask you, is now Arsenal, maybe as we know, Arsenal in the transfers is not the team that is going to have more qualities, comparing to other teams. For example, Manchester City is being linked with the coming of Harry Kane, the coming of Jack Grealish, and on Manchester United, Jadon Sancho, also Harry Kane, and other strikers. How are you going to see Arsenal compared to these other teams like Chelsea, Manchester City, Liverpool? Just in short, how is Arsenal's season is going to look like?
Well, first of all, I want to reiterate once again that Arsenal's season is going to be fantastic from my own point of view, because I don't see things from the shallow perspective. I see things and I follow things in details. It's so deep that I understand them properly. The Arteta project is a very crucial project, and I want to tell you that there is no better manager that will handle his project the way better than Arteta, because it's his own project, it's his own idea. Do you understand? Because there is no manager out there. Every manager has their own project, and this is Arteta's project. And the Arsenal hierarchy, or board rather, is not stupid to give consent to this Arteta's project, because the Arteta has demonstrated know-how in terms of steering the affairs of management, in terms of both at the management level and the club level, the team level. You can see that is evident in what he's trying to do, what he has done in Man City as an assistant, and what he has done in his first and a half year in charge of Arsenal. So for me, I will not question him. I will only question him if all the monies he asks for transfer are being provided, and he has gotten the players that he wants, and then he fails to go on and prove us wrong, or prove doubters wrong, that his project is a success. It ought to be a success. Now, when you talk about the coaching staff, you know, Ateta as a young, having Ateta being a young manager comes with a whole lot of challenges. He's you can call, yes, he's inexperienced, but yet he knows so much. He has a whole lot upstairs. He knows what he wants to achieve. Um he knows what he wants to do, and I feel it's the right thing to do because Arteta has shown not just the hierarchy, the Arsenal hierarchy, that this is the way football should run. Within his managerial um, um, career in charge of Arsenal, within the few years he has been in Arsenal, you can see how the management is changing towards what he wants. It tells you that he's beginning to do what was supposed to be done long time ago. A lot has been wrong. A lot has been wrong in Arsenal's management in the past, and this thing has and these wrongs have have come a long way, and it's not easy for you to undo them under one summer. It has to be a gradual process, and he has begun that process in last summer January transfer windows. So it tells you a whole lot. It tells a whole lot that Arteta is the right man for the job. I can hit my chest and tell you that Arteta is the right man for the job. There is no way you plant your corn now and expect it to grow immediately and you harvest it now. You give it time, you nurture it. Do you understand? We need to give Arteta time. We need to give Arteta. We have been patient all this while. Is it now that we've gotten somebody who is passionate enough, who has been a club legend, not just a club legend, who is passionate, who understands the world of football and understands management, who understands how the system works, to pivot or pilot the affairs of the club? Now we've gotten him. Let's all be behind him and give him the love and attention, the support that he needs, because that's what he needs right now. I can tell you for a fact that what Arteta is doing at the moment is doing an incredible job. He's doing an incredible job for a manager of his kind, a young manager of his kind. Doing a whole lot, doing things that have been done for years. Arteta is trying to clear those backlogs, and then you see his project is a unique project. His project is unique. It's unique. Last season when he came on board, the management never provided funds. They told him that there wasn't funds for him to make signings and all. So at that point, he was trying to make do with what he had at the moment. So at that time, Arsenal wanted to sign two. Arsenal needed. Let me go back to Abinishio. The problem of Arsenal last season, the challenge that confronted us. This challenge that confronted us was as a result of when the management fell out with Mesut Ozil, there was a loophole in the 10th position, the 10th position. Who plays that role? Because that's a creative midfielder. A creative midfielder who is the engine house of the team, because he is the one that provides supplies the attack. That supplies the attack with passes to get it over the line. We were lacking that. From the season, starting of the season down to November, we suffered a lot, and most especially we were suffering as a result of the FA, English FA, because VAR, VR was never in support of Arsenal at some point. Let me put it that way. Yes, that was what it is, because there were obvious cases that VAR would have done better, but they never did. Arsenal were at the receiving end. So until when it got to December, that he had to bring on Smith Rowe. The moment he introduced Smith Rowe, Arsenal changed. And when you check from Boxing Day down to May, when the season got finished, you will realize that Arsenal finished second behind City, and that was massive. We finished behind City. We were second. Out of 22 games, we were second. I think we had 44 points or so. Manchester United behind, and then Chelsea, behind us. So it tells you that our season got spoiled from October to November. 3 months that spoiled our season. Most of them were as a result of VAR, wrong officiating. We were at the receiving end. Whether we like it or not, that was what it is. We suffered in the hands of VAR last season, and it ruined our season completely. There were cases, there were situations that, ordinarily, if it were City or Manchester United or Chelsea, it would have been upturned. But in the case when it comes to Arsenal, you see these guys messing us up, dealing with us. So I can tell you for a fact that I know very well that Arsenal under Arteta is the right decision that the club have made since Wenger left. So the question of bringing another manager is even out of it. It shouldn't come into place. It shouldn't even come into place at all, because Arteta is doing a great job. We just need him time to prove himself, because I know that Arteta is, if you can actually go back and look at the City team. When Arteta left, Guardiola got shaken. He got shaken when Arteta left. City wasn't playing the best of football when Arteta left. So we need to give him time to implement, and then you cannot just bring, if a club, look at Liverpool, it took Jurgen Klopp 3 years to build that team. Then you don't want to give, and then they gave him money to make signings. I think that they just gave him money now to make the kind of signings, the team he wants to build. Do you understand? Let them give him the money to get those players that he wants, and let's see what he's able to do with these players. Because 1 year is not enough. 1 year is not enough for him to instill what he wants to instill in the players. It's not enough. So it therefore means that we need to at least give him a minimum of 2 years to build his squad. Until then, 2 years I think is fair enough. If by 2 years we can see some sort of progression, then we can say, okay, now you can. I think we've been patient with you and all of that. You can now go, But now, hey, I can tell you for a fact that Arteta is the right man for the job. Let's all be behind him and support him. He's the right man, and the coaching crew he has put together right about now is going to boost our performance this season. He's new in the business. And then for him to get the right guy, he has to get the best hands. But it takes time for him to build. He cannot just go and begin to get, because most of them are currently they have jobs at hand. So it's difficult. Most of the coaching crew members are on contract with other things, big teams, for that matter. So we really need to give him time. We really need to, if we want to get results, we give him time. And I know Arteta is the right man for the job. We can see in the body language, we can see what he has done so far. Since are beginning to spice up at the Emirates. Things are beginning to move. We can see a statement of intent in terms of the signings, in priority given to academic players that are coming through that rank. We are beginning to see a whole lot of enthusiasm in both senior and junior teams. We're beginning to see some exciting moves, as regards to transfer dealings. So, my dear, we really need to give Arteta time to prove himself, because I know he has a lot to offer. I don't care what people say about him. All I know is Arteta is the right man for the job. All we need to do is at least give him time. Thank God the management is right behind him, supporting him and helping him to build the team that he wants to build.
Yes, Damian, thank you very much for your time you took. Thank you very much for your opinions about Arsenal. And we hope that anytime we need you, you will be here with us. Thank you so much, Damian. But before I can let you go, I'd like to ask you a question. Please give us your prediction about Arsenal's season, this coming season. How are you expecting Arsenal to be? How are you? At which place you are expecting Arsenal to finish on the table? And thank you once again, Mr. Damian.
You are most welcome, Mr. Shiman. I am indeed honored to be on your sport analysis platform. I will be glad. I will be honored again if I'm being called upon. Yes. And then I also want to reiterate here once again about where we intend to finish. We will only finish strong if we get our priority signings right. If we are able to get what we want, if we are able to get the right signings to compete with the big guys, then of course we should then we'll have a big season.